guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today we're gonna play my TBR game. My TBR game I made and created based off the Disney Villainous board game, which is one of my all-time favorites. It is a little bit more complicated, there's a lot of strategy involved. This one takes a lot of those elements but makes it so that I can build a TBR, and I really love it. This is one of my favorite videos to film and make every month. They're some of my favorite videos to watch too. And so I do have down in the description box below all of the card prompts so that you can see what kind of cards there are, as well as the rules to the game broken down into the simplest of terms. You can also watch my first video, which I think was in November, to see all the rules and how it's played. But basically, it's straightforward. You move your character, in my case, it's this little cactus dude. Move your character to a location. I also have genres. I'm switching up the board this month into a different color, which I thought would be fun. I think once I get through the rest of this deck, this is the prompts deck. Once I get through it, I think I'm going to switch the board so that it's on like hard mode. I have all of the boards in the menu colors, but I've been playing on the side that has locations, so chair, bed, couch, outside, but I don't really follow that. But on the other side is genres, and so I'm looking forward to switching it up, to forcing myself to make this a bit more challenging. But I really love the freedom that I have with creating a TBR based off these prompts and not feeling so stuck. It's one of my favorite things. Basically, to play though, I move my character to a location or genre and then complete the 4 actions on that space if applicable, and then create a TBR from there. It makes a lot of sense when you watch and play and like watch me as I play. So yes, let's do some housekeeping though. I've got the books that I read last month to go over with you guys, as well as the many readathons that I am participating in. It's not actually that many, but Escape the Readathon is the biggest one that I am participating in. I am Team Film Crew, and so far it's been a lot of fun. I've been in almost all of the sprints that have been happening consistently since May started. I've already finished 2 books. I'm on track to finishing 2 more today. It's going great. Lexi is hosting this, and she has done an incredible job. Genuinely so big brain to think of this. It does use Discord a lot, which I think is very clever and creative. It is Escape the Readathon, where you and your team have to mood read most of the month until you reach your like cap average books for the team read, and then you stumble across the door. And you're given 2 different prompts, but you don't know which prompt is going to unlock the door. So you have to read books for each one and kind of go back and forth, or as a team strategize different ways to do it until you unlock the door and go through. And that I think happens 4 times in total. It's been a lot of fun. The Discord is poppin'. It's so active. It's so much fun. I find myself hanging out in the Discord a little too often, maybe reading a little not enough because of it, but it's been a lot of fun and I really recommend checking it out. I will of course have Lexi's announcement video down below so you can watch that. Also hang out in sprints. There's a whole lot going on. It's a great time. As well, in the month of May is the Asian Readathon. This is a month-long hosted readathon where you read Asian and Island Pacific authors for AAPI. This is hosted with Cindy here on YouTube, and I'm so excited. I have a lot of manga and graphic novels that I want to get to, and then a few other things sprinkled in. Basically, my TBR is not set, but there's many things that I want to get to. It's very nice because Escape the Readathon is so vague in prompts that I can read pretty much anything and mood read what I want, and it'll still somehow tie into things. It's gonna be so good. But the Asian Readathon is happening. The 72 hours in the Smut Den is happening. I'm going to try and participate, but I'm not holding my breath yet. I definitely, we'll see. We'll see. I have a few ideas, but we will see. And then as well, there are 2 different 24-hour readathons that are happening. One hosted by Allie at Hardback Hoarders, which is a charity 24-hour live stream reading sprints 24-hour readathon that she's hosting. She will be live for the consecutive 24 hours. So if you're able to pop by, that's going to be happening. I'm planning to stay up the full 24 hours, no sleep, hang out with Allie the whole time. I've been really enjoying hanging out in her Twitch streams, but this is going to be a YouTube event, as well as Mel Reads is hosting a 24-hour readathon, but she will only be sprinting twice a day, and then her Patreons get an extended thing. I'm going to participate in that as well. I think that's everything. I'm sure that there are more readathons happening that I'm just not thinking of right now, but I will leave everything down in the description box below so you can check out these amazing creators and their amazing ideas and readathons and everything going on. And if there's anything else that I have forgotten, I will also leave it down below for you guys to check out. Okay, now into the books, the TBR, the whole shebang. So on the board right now is the prompts that I had for last month, the month of April. April was last month. I am so impressed with myself. I ended up reading 26 books in the month of April. I'm so proud. It was probably one of my best reading months, just like consistently reading things at work and at home and getting good at that. But the 7 books that were on my TBR, I still somehow didn't manage to complete. So we'll just start from the top. Fountain Pen, I was supposed to read a signed edition. For that, I was supposed to read God Killer by Hannah Canner. I really want to get to this. I think because it's now going to be carried over, I think I'm going to read this during Allie's 24-hour readathon stream, because this is one of her all-time favorite books of this year, so it only makes sense that I read something she loves then. I can chat to her about it, non-spoilers of course. But I did not end up getting to this. I did read a chapter or 2 of it and I really enjoyed it, but it just wasn't something that I had time to get to. Because I've started reading it, I'm already warping the beautiful edges. It's so sad, but it's okay. So this one I did not complete, and we will be taking a punishment for that. But for the next one, Pet Pick, Hinata picked One by One by Ruth Ware, and I did finish this. I read this during my Dewey 24-hour readathon video. I had a lot of fun. This wasn't like the best thriller I've ever read. I definitely think there was things that could have been fixed to make it much better, but I did overall really enjoy the moments in this and just like the campiness of it. It was just a little like ridiculous, but I had a good time, and so I gave it 3 stars. I did read it. Boom. Next, finish a book on your current reads list. I ended up picking up Hunger of Thorns by, I don't know. It's been so long. This is something that I picked up so much earlier in the month, but I had the NetGalley arc and I read it right before the release date came out. It wasn't my favorite book ever. I definitely think some adjustments could have been made, but I'm very excited to see where the series is gonna go. This is by Lily Wilkinson. I did read it though. I got it off my NetGalley. My NetGalley is going down. It's a great time. And then for the Buzzwordathon, I don't remember, because I remember I take pictures and write down the books that go with the prompts, with the layout. For whatever reason, I wrote B, Buzzwordathon, instead of the book. And I can't remember if this was for the Secret History in March, which I failed to complete. But I did end up reading So Happy For You, which I believe is on my TBR for this. I can't remember. So we're going to say that I completed it because I did read So Happy For You. That one was alright. Again, like, it could have been better, but I love the ridiculousness of it, so. And then, read a book with a face on the cover for the glasses prompt. And for that, I am reading House of Hunger by Alexis Henderson. I am over 50%, so I'm going to count this as read, just because I'm going to finish it today in sprints. Like, Sav is sprinting right now as I speak, and once I finish this TBR game and I'm ready to relax a little bit, this is going to be the read. I'm enjoying it, but I'm not loving it just yet. I like elements of it. It's really easy to fall into. It's very atmospheric without being super atmospheric. I don't know how to explain it, but it feels like you are there with the character without the descriptions and the writing being like so in your face descriptive. It's very strange. I don't know how to explain it better than that, but I am really enjoying this. I don't know if it'll be 5 stars. It really depends on where the story goes, but I am enjoying it. Probably a 4 star. And then for mood read, I picked The Adventures of Amina Al-Sarafi by Shannon Chakraborty. I loved it. I loved this. This was incredible. She's chunky, and I read her in my Dewey's 24-hour readathon video, and this was such a fantastic time. I highly recommend the audiobook. I read them in tandem, and it was such a fun time. I love these characters. I love this adventure. I love the premise. I'm really excited. I found out this is going to be a trilogy, which I didn't know. I thought it was going to be a standalone, but it's okay because I did enjoy it. I'm excited to see where these characters go. I just loved the whole crew, everything about it. It was a good time. And then finally, that nasty little punishment is still there. I haven't picked up the Atlas sticks yet. I'm planning to. It's gonna happen because my library hold for the audiobook expires in about like 4 days. So I will be reading this in the next 4 days. But unfortunately, I have not read it in time. So I think we're going to be taking 2 punishments, which is fine. I have so many books that I'm hoping to read, like a ridiculous amount of books that I'm hoping to read. So it'll all work out. Let's do it. First one. Book buying ban until defeated. You know, fair. That's fair. I have recently broke my book buying ban. Luckily I bought all of the books before I'm filming this. So the like 7 books that I've recently bought don't count. But now I'm gonna have to like hope to get some allies and do the whole like defeating. So this is gonna be a challenge for sure. But it puts me in check because I need to be saving money. Okay, and then the next one is going to be a 48-hour readathon. Hell yeah. That's so fun. I'm going to stack these just because I want to benefit from the things on my board still, at least a little bit. I have to do a 48-hour readathon in the month, and that's so doable. I don't have dates yet for Allie's 24-hour readathon. If it's the same weekend as Mel's, I'll probably just do it then. But if not, I might actually split the 48 hours up into 2 24s. It really just depends on what's going on. I believe that Mel's is a Friday and Saturday, and then I think Allie's will be a Saturday to Sunday if it's the same as last year. So I'm very excited. Oh, this is gonna be such a good month. I can just feel it. It's gonna be a great month. Okay. And then as for my effects last month, these are typically non-bookish prompts, just fun things to do. I did one of them. I did manage to take bookish photos for Bookstagram. Not a lot, but I did review The Last Tale of the Flower Bride. Loved it, 5 stars. So I did take some bookish photos, but I did not do any writing. I was reading too much. I had no time. And I didn't end up playing any board games. Did I? I don't think I did. So I'm gonna leave them there, try and remind myself to live outside of reading a little bit this month. We'll see about that. And now we're gonna draw my hand up to 4 cards. These are gonna be the cards that I'm able to play. So the first one is the Pop Sugar Challenge. Oh, I have not looked at that all year. The next one is Add to an Ally. That's really unfair right now, but will come in handy later. Next is a plot-driven story. And then finally, less than 300 pages. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna move 1 spot over. I'm gonna take a token. We are now down to 0 tokens because I capped at 25 last month, which is probably why I ended up spending a little more money on books than I planned to, but also didn't take a bonus punishment for failing last month's TBR, so we start at 0 again, and now we're at 1. Okay, so I can discard a few cards, I can play a card, and I can also take an effect. So let's see what fun thing is going on. Bookish art. That's going to be so fun. I'm excited for that. I really need to work on my Aurelium journal, and I still haven't started my bullet journal for this year. So I'm really behind on my book journal. So I definitely would love to get that done this month. Okay, I'm going to discard this Pop Sugar Challenge because I haven't looked at it once. I don't think that I'm going to even attempt it. I'm more focused on the R Fantasy bingo for the year, so that's more important to me. I should probably make a card for that. Alright, so I am going to also discard Plot Driven Story because truly, I never know. How am I supposed to know that? But I will play less than 300 pages. For this, I am going to be picking the Magic Fish. This is by Trung Le Nguyen. This is for Asian Readathon. This is the self-identity, like discovering oneself prompt. This is 256 pages. It is a graphic novel. It looks really cute. I've heard really great things about it. I have the ebook of it, so I'm definitely going to be getting to it, and now that's on my TBR, that just makes my life a little bit easier. Okay, perfect. That was so easy. Alright, let's draw back up to 4 cards in my hand. Next is a thriller or horror. Perfect. And then we've got write 500 words a day or week until this card is discarded. Whew, rough. Okay, please give me an ally. Cozy mystery or true crime. Ooh. No thanks to that. Okay, we're gonna move back over here, take 2, and then I can draw another effect. Effect cards are truly my favorite. Send somebody a postcard or letter. Oh my goodness, this would be the perfect time. So I have a pen pal with a YouTuber, and it's Adriana. You can follow her. I will link her down below. Her and I have become pen pals. Here's the fun thing. She's in Poland. It takes about 2 to 3 months for our letters to get to one another, so I'm patiently waiting for my letter to come back from her. But if it comes in time, that'd be great, because then I can respond. If not, I will find somebody else, mark my words. I can also vanquish, but unfortunately there's no allies to do that with, and then I can play a card. So, I'm gonna play the horror thriller next, and I'm going to pick, I think I only need to read 1 this month, which is so wild, and I'm going to put Whisper Down the Lane on this TBR because I'm reading it for Kayla's book club, Books and Lala, the Literally Dead book club. I've been an active participant for quite some time now. I've missed only a couple of months, and then I obviously didn't know about it in 2020, so I actively try to participate as much as I possibly humanly can. Everybody loves Ghost Eaters by this author, and I have that on my TBR, but I have both of the audiobooks through my library on Hoopla, so it's on the TBR. I'm really excited to get to it. I know nothing about it except for like satanic panic 80s era horror, about like seances or something. I'm not entirely sure, but I am excited nonetheless. Oh, it's just gonna be so fun. I don't know. I think it's gonna be a good time. Okay, I'm gonna draw another card to go back up to 4. Author with the same initials. That one's tough. Alright, so I'm gonna move 1 space over. I'm gonna collect my token. I'm gonna draw another effect card. Listen to a podcast. Ooh, I haven't listened to a podcast in months, potentially a year, but this is perfect because my friend Portia actually has a podcast, and I'm really behind because I am a fake friend, but she has the Cinema Sit Down podcast, and I, as a friend, need to catch up. I need to be giving more support as much as I can, so I will link that down below if you want to check it out. But it's basically her boyfriend, and their friend sit down and chat about a movie that they recently watched together. People can vote on their Instagram for what they want them to chat about. It's been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed them so far. I need to continue on. Yes, perfect, wonderful. This is meant to be. Everything is going so well. Too well, maybe. Okay, and now I think I'm actually going to play my item at the chair. I'm going to choose that I write 500 words a week, just because I'm trying to read a lot. I still have a job. It's a lot of things to keep track of. But because I need to defeat that book buying ban so that I can, you know, buy books eventually, it will come in handy. I can keep that for as long as I need to. I believe my rule has been that I pay whatever the strength of the card cost. That way I can defeat it. So once I have a row of strengthening cards that max... Okay, this is poor explanation. So basically, the way that I can defeat this next month, or this month even if possible, is if I get enough cards in that same location that equal the strength of the punishment or higher. So the strength is 3, as you can see at the bottom. And so my fountain pen is now 1. If I add one more thing that's 2, then that's 3, and I can do it. I hope that makes some sense, at least a little bit. It helps if you played Villainous. I do promise it. I know it's complicated. I'm sorry. Anyway, so that's gonna, 1, make me write, because I've really been needing to write. I do have a few stories going on, especially one for Aurelium, which I'm really excited about, and I want to be releasing chapter by chapter when possible, but I have to be writing it to, you know, release it on Wattpad. So in the cards, this will help. And it will be there until I defeat it. So that's great. It's a good time. Okay, I'm going to now get rid of both of these prompts because they're just not going to be helpful to me. I don't know what I would do. And so that's going to be that round. I'm going to draw back up to 4. Listen to an audiobook longer than 6 hours. Easy. Wonderful. Perfect. Great. Read around the world. Ooh, that's so fun. Okay. And then the last one in my hand will be nature setting. Okay, so I'm gonna move. I'm getting so ahead of myself. I'm so excited for this month. I'm gonna take 2 tokens, draw another effect card. I'm gonna have so many effect cards. Watch an adaptation for a book you haven't read. This is controversial. I love watching movies for books that I haven't read. I watched like Heartstopper before I read it. I watched The Perks of Being a Wallflower before I read it. Like, that's just a theme for me. It doesn't ruin the book for me typically, and so that's just something that I like to do. And I can easily do that. I haven't watched a movie in so long. I have been watching Lock and Key, so that's what's been going on with me. And now I am going to play first audiobook longer than 6 hours, and for this I'm actually going to put on something. Is that cheating? I don't want to cheat. No, it's fine. I won't cheat. Okay. Then I guess I will pick Muse of Nightmares by Laini Taylor. This is the sequel to Strange the Dreamer. It's a duology. So this will be finishing a series, which I really need to do. Oh, that's going to be great. So I have this audiobook with my library. Eliza loves this. Eliza loves Strange the Dreamer so much. She binged the duology so fast, and I have been sitting on the audiobook for Muse of Nightmares for too long. I need to just do it. I need to bite the bullet. I need to finish it. I did not love Strange the Dreamer nearly as much. It was just a little long. I don't think I was in the mood for like high fantasy. I don't think I was able to give it the attention it deserved. It's definitely something I will need to revisit, but I want to finish it. I want to see where it goes. I think that the second book has potential to be so good in comparison to Strange the Dreamer, in my opinion. So I'm definitely going to be listening to that, getting that over with. Over with as if it's like a bad thing, but I'm going to read it anyway. So now I'm going to move. Take my 1. I'm going to, swap a punishment. That could be so risky. That could be so risky. Like, I don't know what's going to be down there. Do I switch out? Do I switch out the this or that? No, no, I won't do it. Oh, but the drama. Let's switch out the book buying ban and let's see what happens. Okay, okay. Goodreads Choice Award nominee or winner. Oh, okay. I did just also screw myself over. I'm gonna have to write 500 words for a long time. Oh well. Everything's fine. Okay, let me look really quickly at some Goodreads Choice Awards. Probably something from last year. Although I will be honest, last year's Goodreads Awards were kind of not great. I will be entirely honest with you. I love that they still have, like, the Goodreads Choice Award, like, winners. Such a big deal. Okay. Oh. Okay. Well. This is gonna be awkward. The Goodreads winner for 2022, young adult fiction, was The Queen's Gambit by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is the third book. This is the third book in the Inheritance Game trilogy. Have I read the first two? No. No, I haven't. But I've been meaning to get to this for a very, very long time. I've had a video idea in mind for a very, very long time. And so this kind of just works out perfect. Everyone was very anticipated for this release to come out, and it's been out for a while. I wanted to read it during the hype and get to the trilogy for the hype. It just didn't happen. And so now it can happen. Wonderful. I don't know a lot about the series. I do know that I have not been giving you plot for any of the books so far, so my bad. But I do know that this trilogy is about a girl who inherits a manor and all of the money from this random rich man who dies that she had no relation to, and the only, like, stipulation is that she has to live in the house with these men for a year. And these three men are something else, it seems. I don't know if it's a good thing. But yeah, I'm really excited to get to that. It's been something that I've really wanted to read for a long time. I've really heard a lot of good things about the Inheritance Game, so bada boom, bada boom. Was that a better punishment? Yes, because I don't necessarily want to stop buying books. Do I also want to be writing 500 words a week for who knows how long? I don't know, man. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm gonna draw back up to 4. A standalone. I love standalones. This is great. Okay, so we're gonna move back over, collect 2 more tokens. It's definitely more fun when I have more spaces available, but I don't need the other spaces. I'm gonna take another effect, plus, you know, more effects. I have so much to do now. Swap a book with someone else. Interesting. I haven't watched people's TBRs yet, so I don't know what everyone else has been reading, but I will keep that in the back of my mind. So, for this one, I'm going to play the standalone prompt. And with that, I'm going to actually choose Sweet and Bitter Magic. This is by Adrienne Tooley. She's cute, she's pretty. This was an Owl Crate special edition when it released. This is for the May Buzzwordathon, which is flavor, sweet and bitter. It's perfect. If I did not have this for Buzzwordathon, I don't know if I would ever get to this, I'll be honest. I love the character art. I think that these girls are gorgeous. I don't know if I'm going to like this or not. It's definitely one of those YA books that I'm like, do I like YA? But I know that, like, it's magic, it's sisterly, I don't actually think they're sisters. Okay, let me just. Tamsin, this is the second character I've read today, that's Tamsin. Tamsin is the most powerful witch of her generation, but after committing the worst magical sin, she's exiled by the ruling coven and cursed with the inability to love. That sucks. If this is sapphic, I'm down. The only way she can get those feelings back, even for just a little while, is to steal love from others. Ren is a source, a rare kind of person who is made of magic despite being unable to use it herself. Sources are required to train with the coven as soon as they discover their abilities, but Ren, the only caretaker of her ailing father, has spent her life hiding her secret. When magical plagues ravages the queendom, hell yeah. Ren's father falls victim. To save him, Ren proposes a bargain. If Tamsin will help her catch the dark witch responsible for creating the plague, then Wren will give Tamsin her love for her father. Oh. Of course, love bargains are a tricky thing, and those two have a long, perilous journey ahead of them. That is, if they don't kill each other first. Okay, so if this is an enemies to lovers sapphic fantasy romance, I will be upset. But if it is, then I'm gonna be so excited. So now I'm actually much more intrigued to read this. I have the audiobook on Scribd available too, so easy, quick read. Goodness. I'm gonna draw another in my hand. Favorite author. Ooh, this could be so dangerous. Okay, wait. We're gonna move. We're gonna take one. We're gonna ponder this for a second before I bite myself in the butt, because my first instinct was not helpful. Okay, we're gonna get another effect. This is a little out of hand for me. Hold 6 card in this hand during this round. Oh, hell yeah. So I'm gonna draw 2 more possible. Historical fiction. No, thank you. And read under the covers. Have fun. Okay. I'm running out of space now. Okay, so when I saw favorite author, the first thing that came to my mind was Aaron A. Craig. I am currently rereading House of Salt and Sorrows. I'm hoping to finish it today, maybe tomorrow. And so I got really excited because I was like, oh my gosh, I need to read Small Favors. That's not on my TBR. I have a list next to me. This is how chaotic I get at work. I just put all of my book thoughts down on a piece of paper. I have a lot of plans. None of those which is Small Favor. I just really want to read it. I'm not going to do that to myself though, because it will screw me over a whole lot. Who else is a favorite author though? See, the question is, do I want to be kind to myself and do something like Morning Star or Fruits Basket? Or do I want to be like not so nice to myself and do something like The Starless Sea, which I've been reading since Christmas? I don't know. But I'm gonna play favorite author. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, this is the last one too. I'll pick The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. I don't know if that's a good decision. I am 49% through this. Yes, it is a current reads. Yes, it is a little bit sneaky and cheaty. But here's the thing. I'm reading this with my boyfriend. We have been listening to the audiobook together. I have been renewing this through my library since December. We have 6 hours left. So that's like a feat all on its own to actually get us to finish it. So that was either like an instant punishment or it's going to kick our butt into gear and actually finish it. I don't know. What a mess though. So the rest of these are going to be discarded, which is fine and dandy. And I will lay this out so we can see everything that I am now doing and reading, which is a lot. I'm really excited though. So, extra housekeeping, things that I wasn't able to get on TBR that I have to read. Alongside the Literally Dead book club, I'm actually participating in a few other book clubs, one of them being Sav's over at Reading Reads. I am reading Pinata. I have the audiobook, so I will be reading that. For a D&D-esque tabletop RPG that I follow and I'm a part of the community for, they have just started a book club, so I will be reading Light from Uncommon Stars, which also helps with Asian readathon. And then I'm reading Africa Risen, because this is, I believe, Hannah Blackwell's, correct me if I'm wrong, book club pick. I'm participating because Daphne is a co-host, and so if Daphne says read a book, I say okay, which I didn't get this on the TBR. This should have been on my TBR. I have to read all of Jade City now, because I foolishly yet happily and excitedly agreed to co-host Daphne's book club. We're doing a read-along for the Jade City trilogy, so each month starting in May, in May? Isn't June? Wait, hold on. When does this start? I think it's May. She just announced it. Wait. Yes. Jade City, read in May, live show early June. Okay, I'm not insane. So yeah, I have to read all of Jade City by Fonda Lee. I am really excited, actually. I have heard nothing but great things. I'm really excited to get to this finally. I bought the trilogy. This was part of my book buying ban break. I bought the trilogy so that we're all going to read it. It's going to be me, Eliza, Daphne, and Meredith, and we're going to chat about it. There's a Discord for Daphne's to do book club that you can join if you want to. I will leave her announcement video down below in the description, of course. But yeah, I'm reading this beast of a book. 500 pages with acknowledgments. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But that's being read. And then Red Sister is the backlist book club with Mel, Cassidy, and Rye. And I want to participate in that. I think I also have June, though, to read it. So I think there's more time there. I think that's all of them. It's a lot of book clubs. Most of them I'm participating out of my own free will, but I am supporting Daphne and I'm co-hosting one, which is going to be crazy. That's going to be my first like book club read along to co-host. Very exciting. A lot going on. Oh my goodness. It's a busy month. All of these are going to benefit my Escape the Readathon team, which is wonderful. And then everything else falls under everything else. I have, again, way more than I'm hoping to get to this month. These are just going to be like the main course main course of the TBR. Oh no. Okay, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be such a good reading month. Again, I'm on such a book high. I love reading right now. I've been having so much fun with it. I've been so active in the community. It's just been a great time. But I feel like this video was way longer than the usual ones. I do apologize. I hope you at least enjoyed. Give this video a like if you did. Subscribe if you want to see more from me. A lot of these are going to be featured in reading vlogs, I am sure. Plus, you know, all the other ridiculous amount of books that I want to get to. It's going to be so much fun. I'm so excited. Okay. Anyway, that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys really soon in my next video.